He's like a friend of mine.
Number 73. We heard of all, and it was
That's the number, right?
he numbered them. So something number 46. I didn't like the way you told me.
Feeling okay? They probably want to get rid of you.
Because you're telling jokes. No, actually, he told them a joke. And they can't even do it.
Yeah, my psychiatrist told me I was right.
73. And you didn't tell her.
You're right. I'm getting old.
Oh, stop.
Friday. It looks like candy. No, not at all. That was just something that happened. I'm not even sure what they were doing out there. You don't ever have to be bound. I just don't want to sit this. Do whatever you want. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I have decreed that we will have an installation every Friday night going forward, since we have such a lovely gathering tonight. It's wonderful to be together. And we're going to begin our service on page 10 with Yedid Nefesh, page 10.
Yedid Nefesh of Harachaman Mishochav Dach El Ritzonach Yarutz Avdach Kemo Ayah Yishtachaveh Mul Hadarach Ki Erav Lo Yedidu Tach Mino Fetzuv Bechol Tam Hador Naeh Ziv Haolam Nafshi Cholat Ahavatach Ana El Narifana La Beharot La Noam Zivar As Tichazek Vetidrape Vehayitalach Shivchat Olam Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 dai
Page 11.
Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Naria, naria, letzor yishenu, nikadma fanav betoda. Naria, naria, letzor yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranin Adonai.
Let's read responsively on page 15. Page 15 responsively. Adonai reigns, let the earth be glad, the many distant lands rejoice.
Clouds and thick darkness surround the divine. Righteousness and justice secure God's throne. Fire goes before God, consuming besiegers round about.
Flashes of lightning illumine the land, the earth watches and trembles, mountains melt like wax at the approach of Adonai, at the approach of the Master of all the earth.
The heavens tell of God's righteousness, and all the nations see God's glory.
Worshippers of idols be shamed for praising false gods. All that is deemed supreme bow before God.
Zion hears of it and rejoices. The cities of Judah exult as you, Adonai, pass judgment.
You, Adonai, are above all that is earthly, exalted over all that is worshipped as divine.
Those who love Adonai hate evil. God protects the lives of the faithful, saving them from the hands of the sinful.
Light is sung for the righteous and joy for the upright. Rejoice in Adonai, you righteous people, and thank God as you pronounce the divine holy name. Bottom of page 20, Romemu.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachvu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachvu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachvu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachvu lehar kodsho.
We turn to page 21, rising in body or spirit, Mizmor LeDavid.
Mizmor LeDavid, havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, havu l'Adonai kevod shemo, ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh. Kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai al almayim rabim. Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, vayeshaber Adonai et arzei halvanon, vayarkidem kemo egel levanon, vesiryon kemo ven re'emim. Kol Adonai chotzev lavotesh, Kol Adonai yachil midbar, yachil Adonai midbar kadesh. Kol Adonai yecholel ayalot, vayechesof ye'arot, uvheichalo kulo omer kavod, kulo omer kavod. Adonai lamabul yashav, vayeshev Adonai melech leolam. Adonai oz li'amo yitain, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom.
You may be seated. We continue now with Lecha Dodi, chanting the first two paragraphs on page 23, the last two on page 25.
Lecha Dodi lekrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabla. Lecha Dodi lekrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabla. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad. Hishmianu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'shem ul'tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi. Lecha dodi lekrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi lekrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha. Ki hi mikor habracha. Merosh mikedem nesucha. Sof maseh b'machshavat chila. Lecha dodi. Lecha dodi lekrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi lekrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Yaminu smol tifrotzi. V'et Adonai taritzi. Al yadish ben partzi. V'nismecha v'nagila. Lecha dodi. Lecha dodi lekrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi lekrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala. Gam b'simcha u'v'tzahala. Tochem unei am segula. Boi chala, boi chala. Lecha dodi. Lecha dodi lekrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi lekrat kala. Penei Shabbat nekabela.
Seated Psalm for Shabbat, page 27.
Mizmor shir leyom ha-Shabbat, shir leyom ha-Shabbat. Mizmor shir leyom ha-Shabbat, shir leyom ha-Shabbat. Tov lahodot l'Adonai u'zamer l'shimcha elyon. Lahagid baboker chasdecha ve'emunatcha baleilot. Mizmor shir leyom ha-Shabbat, shir leyom ha-Shabbat. Mizmor shir leyom ha-Shabbat, shir leyom ha-Shabbat.
Now those in mourning, those observing your side, please rise in body or spirit for the mourner's Kaddish on page 30. Yit kadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
V'yomad yivrak yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedeko beit Yisrael v'agala v'zman kari v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shmei rabbah b'orach la'olam u've'omayam. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha barichu v'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbichata v'nechemata damiram v'yama v'imru. Amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
We turn now in our Siddurim to page 39a as we rise in body or spirit for the Baruch Hu.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach
seated, we continue to ourselves.
Umavir yom mevi laila, umavdil ben yon uvein laila, Adonai tzivaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim.
Page 40, Avat Olam.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, B'shach beinu v'kumenu, Nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu, v'orech yameinu, uvahem negeh yomam v'alayla, v'avatecha al tasir mimenu leolamim, Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol avavcha, v'chol nafshecha, v'chol meodecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh, asher anochi mitzavecha, hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, b'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvlechtecha v'derech, uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha, ukshartam liot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha.
Page 42.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
We continue now on page 44, Umalchuto.
Umalchuto baratzon kiblu alehem, Moshe Miriam uvnei Yisrael echanu shira, b'simcha rabav yamru chulam, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osef eleh, malchutecha ra'uvanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe, ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, Ugyalo mi'ar chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael.
Page 45, Hashkivenu.
Ushmor tzeitenu uvolenu l'chaim ul'shalom me'ata v'yad olam ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim.
Rise in body or spirit for the Vishamru on page 46.
V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ויעמד דברי חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה ברכו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דם עירם ביעלמה ויאמרו amen.
Silent Amida begins on page 47.
Oseh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru imru amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
54, Kaddish Shalem.
Yikadav yikadav shemei rabbah, v'yalmad divrach yirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chay dechol beit Yisrael, b'agalav izman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach, li'olam ulal me'el maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitramam v'yinaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudasha brichu le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiram b'yalma v'yimeru amen. Titkabal tzloton v'oton d'chol Yisrael kadama v'hondi v'shmaya v'yimeru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen.
At this time, I'm going to call forward Ruth from over there to over here to preside over the installation.
Shabbat shalom. I volunteered for that before I was roped into this. So, not my plan to be on both sides of the bimah tonight. So, thank you for indulging. Shabbat shalom. I'm honored, though, to be here tonight to discharge those who have completed their terms of service on the Congregation B'nai Israel Board of Directors and to install our newly elected officers and board members. While many things have changed here in the 20 years since I was installed as president here on this bimah, many things have remained the same. Our membership remains committed to the synagogue, and through the efforts of our president, Glenn Jacobs, more members than ever are now volunteering and involved. Maimonides teaches that a person who dwells in a community after 30 days is obligated to contribute back to the community. That obligation increases after 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months as well. His teaching suggests that when we start to settle in somewhere, we must give back. For Maimonides, I believe this meant tzedakah. While tzedakah is of course important and one of the cornerstones of our teachings, I suggest expanding this give back to include time and energy as well. Volunteering is a way of life for many people. We derive pleasure from sharing our time, energy, and resources with others. The old saying goes, if you want to get something done, ask a busy person to do it. Busy people seek creative ways to stretch their time. They can delegate or recruit, but they don't back away from the task. They get it done. And fortunately for us, both the outgoing and incoming synagogue officers and members of the board of directors are all busy people, and they get it done. We all make time for the synagogue because it's important. Will the following outgoing board members please rise and remain standing as I call your name? Elaine Collins, Phyllis Cole, Janet Miller, Michael Perks, Karen Phillips, Rob Rabinowitz, Fred Weil, Alyssa Weintraub. Thank you for completing your term of service as members of the Board of Directors. Your time, energy, and devotion to Congregation B'nai Israel have helped guide the board to make decisions that will keep B'nai Israel a strong and vibrant synagogue. You are now discharged from office. Thank you. You may be seated. Will the following outgoing officers please rise and remain standing as I call your name? Mike Falk, Religious Vice President. Penny Leifer, Membership Vice President. Thank you both for completing many years of volunteering and providing the foundation for B'nai Israel to continue to be the central institution in our Jewish community. To Mike in particular, thank you for your many, many years of hard work keeping our religious life in order. I personally have enjoyed working with you and have selfishly benefited from the creation of a lasting friendship that I value dearly. To Penny, you have left no stone unturned when a new face turns up in shul on Shabbat. Aside from your much admired and exceptional organizational skills, you have made sure that our members feel that this is their home, be they long-time or new members. I continue to learn from you every day as you are a friend and a role model, not just for me, but for all of us. You are both now discharged from office. Thank you. You may be seated. Will the following board members please rise and remain standing as I call your name? Alan Baxter, Terry Gabor, Steve Lieberman, Ken Lipkowitz, Robin London, Sue Schmid, Sandy Welcher. You have now completed the first year of the 2-year term to which you were elected last June. Thank you for your continued service and commitment to Congregation B'nai Israel, and we all look forward to another successful, interesting, and productive year. Thank you. You may be seated. The organizational arms of the synagogue, Men's Club Sisterhood and USY, also have the privilege of having a representative on the board each year. Thank you to those who have served in that capacity this past year. Men's Club and Sisterhood have had various members step up and provide reports, and we have heard from Jacob Kasanoff all year about USY. Our organizations and their members provide strength to the synagogue, enabling us to have a wider cast of characters from which to fill needed roles. Thank you. We also have the good fortune of having many past presidents of the congregation active on the board, all of whom are willing to be called upon when circumstances dictate. Thank you to all of you who continue to support the efforts of the board and the synagogue. Will the following newly elected board members please rise and remain standing as I call your name? Herbert Berman, Sid Frank, Joe Gordon, Phyllis Cole, Karen Phillips, Rob Rabinowitz, Fred Weil, Alyssa Weintraub. You have accepted, and many are continuing, the challenge of leadership from our fellow congregants. The attitude and engagement of our members depends on your attitude. If you care about what the synagogue is doing and believe in it, so will our members. If you are interested and enthusiastic about our activities, they will be too. It is my pleasure to install you as members of the B'nai Israel Board of Directors for the next 2 years. Thank you for accepting the challenge. Mazel tov to each of you. You may be seated. Will the following newly elected officers please rise and remain standing as I call your name? Janet Miller, Membership Vice President. Bob Foxman, Facilities Vice President. Penny Leifer, Religious Vice President. As it is written in Pirkei Avot, be not like servants who serve their master because of the expected reward, but be like those who serve a master without expecting a reward. The intangible rewards are why you are standing here tonight. The rewards that come from supporting the proud Jewish community that is Congregation B'nai Israel. It is my pleasure to install you as officers of Congregation B'nai Israel. Mazel tov to each of you. You may be seated. Will the following officers of the congregation, both incoming and continuing, please rise and remain standing as I call your name? President Glenn Jacobs. Financial Vice President Reuben Ackman. Membership Vice President Janet Miller. Facilities Vice President Bob Foxman. Education Vice President Asaf Langer. Religious Vice President Penny Leifer. Communications Vice President Lisa Kasanoff. Back to Pirkei Avot, one of my favorite readings. It is not your duty to complete the work, but neither are you free to desist from it. The commentary goes on to explain that even if the task cannot be completed, There is no reason why it should not be attempted. That is the best we can do, to try. Sometimes we even surprise ourselves with the results. Under Glenn's leadership this past year, I think we have all truly lived by these words. Thank you all for your leadership, and we look forward to another busy and successful year. You may be seated. And I now happily turn the podium over to Glenn Jacobs, President of the congregation. Shabbat Shalom, and Mazel Tov to everyone.
Thank you, Ruth, Rabbi, congregants. I'm not real good at this. I'll do what I wrote, but as I sat back there, I had other thoughts. First, I want to thank Ruth for doing this and really all she did during the year. When you do a speech like this, you always forget someone that you should thank. So I really thank everyone as a group, because everybody really worked hard together as a group this year. And if I can say I enjoyed myself, I did. So I want to thank all, maybe I need my glasses. There you go. Getting up there, I guess. I want to thank all those members that have served on the board this past year and in years past. I thank Mike Falk for all his years. He stayed an extra year to help us as ritual vice president. I appreciate that. I thank Peter Kate, who served in the past as facilities vice president, for his input and knowledge, and that was much appreciated. I'm looking forward to the coming year and working with those new members of the board and the executive committee. We had a good team this past year, and all you new members should add to it, with new ideas and personalities, allowing us to grow. Over the last year, we accomplished a lot because of you and our membership. We have more members involved on committees and taking leadership in various areas of synagogue life. This is a start we can build on if more of you, our members, get involved at some level. Try committing to at least one activity or project over the next 12 months. Rabbi hasn't been engaged as we adjust to our smaller congregation, but a more active membership. Besides his dynamic classes and sermons, his experience and innovative ideas make CBI a more dynamic synagogue. Our office, which for now is Marianne, is welcoming and efficient. Cantor Vadim starts in July for 3 Shabbats a month and holidays. Our custodial staff is great. They care about our premises, facilities, and the congregation. They keep the place sparkling and in good repair. It's a pleasure to work with them. Brian, our security guard, has become an integral member of our community. I thank all our staff, officers, past presidents, board members, and committee persons and members that have committed to work on different projects around CBI during the past year. We had a good year. I think next year will be better. As I sat back there, I realized that it was probably about 42 years ago that my wife volunteered me for the board, and I was installed. Back then we had different problems than we had now. We were growing, we ran out of money in February of each year, and we started programs with Rensberger was president, and now those monies are the funds that we run on. I believe I became president like 3 years later, I think, not knowing very much. But like now, had committed people around me. I think Brian, of blessed memory, was my vice president, and we had a great number of years, and I think we did good for the synagogue. I think the synagogue's where it is now because of things that these other people suggested, and we're in the same situation. You have to listen to those people around you to move forward, and I think we have an active board. I think we have members that are getting more involved to do things, and that's what we need to go forward. So I look forward to that. I can't thank everybody that did everything this year. We'd be here all night, but I want to thank, there's two reasons that I'm president. One is I called Ruth, and I said, the only way I'll do this job if you'll help me. And she gave it some thought, and probably against her better judgment, said yes. And I think we've worked well all year, and I think the congregation benefits from her experience. And the other reason is my wife. Susan is always there to support me. We're for the team for a long time. She works hard. I get like this. Anyway, yeah, Susan gets involved, and she's supportive in all her functions, from me starting a business to working on the congregation. And when I get involved in the congregation, she's always doing stuff, but then she does more. So I love you. I just want to end saying we need to remember congregation B'nai Israel is not CBI because of our building, our clergy, or our officers, or our board members, but because all our members for their commitment and involvement. Again, I thank everyone who helped us have a successful year. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Ruth, and most especially thank you, Glenn, for your very heartfelt words, but more importantly for your selfless service to our congregation. It is a delight to be the rabbi of this congregation, to serve with such a wonderful leadership, a group of very devoted people to Yahadut, to Judaism, and to the shul, who bring vision and patience, mostly patience, but they do it all b'simcha, with great joy and great love. And we can really feel that love here tonight. And so I pray that the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, will bless all of the newly elected officers of the congregation and members of the board, and as well as those who have served. May you continue to bring your vision and your strength. May you go mechayel l'chayel, from strength to strength. And let us all say, Amen. And now, we rise for the Kiddush, which you will find on page 55.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'yahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. Remain standing in body or spirit for the Aleinu on page 56.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol latei gedula liotzer breshit Shelo asanu kagoye haratzot, Velo samanu kamishbechot adama, Shelo sam chelkenu kahem, Vigoralenu kechol hamonam, Vanachnu korim umishachavim umodim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu notes shamayim v'yosed aretz, Umoshav yikaro b'shamayim imao, Ushchinatu zo, begavhei meromim, Hu Eloheinu einod, Emet malkeinu efesulato, Kakatuv betorato, V'yadata hayom, v'hashevota elevavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, b'shamayim imal, v'yal haaretz, mitachat einod. Ki amalchut shelcha hi u'lameat himloch bechavod, kakatuv b'toratecha anayimloch leolam va'ed, v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yiyah Adonai echad, Ushemo echad.
You may be seated. We lovingly recall those whose yahrzeits will be observed: Molly Ash, Tilly Baum, Marilyn Bunis, Harry Collins, Leo Foxman, Miro Rackstein, Bernard Sachs, Richard Sambol, David Simpson, Herman Weil. And now all those who mourn, those observing yahrzeit, please rise in body or spirit. Page 58, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemeraba. V'yolma divrach yirutei v'yamlik malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon. V'chayei decho Beit Yisrael. V'agala u'vizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mefarach. V'alam omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yittadar v'yit'aleh v'yittalal. Shemei dekudesha barichu. Ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram v'yalma v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. My pleasure now to call once again Glenn Jacobs, our president, to offer the announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. All are invited to join us after services for the Oneg in the social hall. Services the coming week. Shabbat morning services tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. and morning minyan Sunday at 9 a.m. and Monday at 7:45 a.m. If anybody's on live stream or anybody here, we're having trouble with our minions, at least maybe try to turn on Zoom and get it from the website so we can maybe easily make our minions during the week. I'm sure a lot of you are up at 7:30 in the morning. Services are only about 45 minutes. Join Rabbi Gershon and the rest of the congregation Tuesday evening, June 11th, for Tikkun Shavuot. That'll be in the Youth Lounge. And there will be a cheesecake break. There will be no Zoom, no live stream, since it's in the Youth Lounge. Wednesday morning, June 12th, Shavuot morning services at 9:30 a.m. in the sanctuary. Shavuot evening services, 6:30 p.m. in the chapel. Thursday, June 13th, Shavuot morning services here in the sanctuary with Yiska. Services start at 9:30 a.m. Upcoming events. The next Interfaith Hospitality Week is June 9th to 16th. Please contact Phil Brilliant if you're able to volunteer. I believe he still has some slots open. Offices closed on Shavuot, Wednesday, June 11th, and Thursday, June 12th. This is week 35 of the war in Israel. The hostages have been held for 246 days. Am Yisrael Chai. Shabbat Shalom.
We're going to conclude now with the sing of Shalom Aleichem on page 73.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Teichem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Very good job. Did a great, very nice. Nice use of text.